At the Spirit Festival, I happen to spy Marco, Marcio's corpo dad, planning the construction of a tunnel in the altar that will go deep into the volcano where he plans to use his product, a supercoolant, to stop the potential eruption. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out great. Marcia mentions that Tai is usually straight-faced, but when he smiles, he's cute. And yet, he's been smiling this entire time, so not exactly sure what she means. The Spirit Festival goes off without a hitch, and everyone parties late into the night. After farming away the next day, Tai returns to his room to find Marcia waiting for him, explaining how there's a cat she wants him to look after since she can't take it home because her dad's allergic. She also informs me that the broken bridge won't be repaired until the summertime, and also that she had a fight with her dad, I assume over the whole tunneling into the volcano thing. She seems pretty shaken up about it, but there's no time for that because cat! Over the next few days, I find the cat, befriend the cat, name the cat Moogle, now I have a cat. Next Sunday, Dr. Hope gives me that BattleBot he repaired. Named Forte, it can follow my commands to remove weeds, water crops, and more, saving me some valuable time. I'm also informed later that the bridge has been repaired since it's finally summer. Unfortunately, that also means, in similar Harvest Moon fashion, that all my crops wilted in the middle of the night since they were spring plants. Rest in peace. Oh well, replacement crops! Heading past the North Bridge, there's several pathways and a cave. More importantly, I find more jewels in said cave, and 2 locked yellow doors that open after placing the remaining yellow jewels on the altars. Inside one of the doors, I find another blue jewel and a path to the desert section of the island. But I can't get through because of a sandstorm. I unlock another patch of farmland using the last blue jewel. With both yellow and blue doors unsealed, I can access the animal barn where you raise sheep, cows, and chickens, but I never figured out how to get sheep or cows because I'm dumb. Oh yeah, and I get access to another blue door on the outside of the ruins, which ends up leading to a mini convenience store with seed vending machines from that Million guy. How did he get a bunch of vending machines in a sealed off area of the ruins that can only be accessed by finding randomly hidden ancient jewels around the island and setting them in altars at the farm, I hear you ask? That's a good question. The next Sunday arrives, and I find a sick buggy outside. It's a gift from Dr. Hope, who writes that because the blue jewel seals are unlocked, the sandstorm has somehow stopped and I need to travel past the desert and find an old woman who lives in a shack by Mermaid Lake. She can apparently tell me more about the water spirit. Dr. Hope, how do you know all this? And if he knows this, why hasn't he told the townspeople so they can do this themselves and, oh, I don't know, maybe prevent the volcano from erupting, to which they acknowledge is a possibility? But nah, I guess Tai has to do everything for these people. Well, might as well hop in the buggy and try to enjoy this. After the examination, Dr. Hope says the mayor is coming to discuss the resident application for Forte because the laws of the town require a resident registration for everyone, including robots and even pets. He goes off to meet with them in the parlor. Suddenly, Marcia arrives and asks if Tai is sick since he's always needing to be examined every week. And yes, I am sick, Marcia. Sick of doing all the work to save you people from swimming in lava while you never lift a finger to save yourself! Vita cuts in and tells Marcia there's some cake and tea in the kitchen, so Marcia and Tai head over but stop when they overhear the mayor and Dr. Hope's conversation. The mayor mentions that Tai is a robot or an innocent life, which of course shocks Marcia. When she asks what an innocent life even is, Vita explains that it's the culmination of the doctor's dreams to create a pure life form that can learn to love people, not hate them. It's going great, in my opinion. Marcia finds all of this to be a bit difficult to grasp, but ultimately concludes that an innocent life is no different to a human with a good heart, and that it doesn't matter if Tai is a robot or a human. She believes him to be a good person, which is what truly matters. Couldn't have said it better myself, Marcia. The mayor comes over to hear what all the commotion is about. Also, I can't help but realize that Tai's still staring at the wall. And tells Marcia to head back home or her dad will be worried. The two head out and Dr. Hope asks what's up, but Vita says it's nothing. After they head back to the lab, Tai realizes his true nature and gains a bunch of human skill increases. I finally head to the desert and find a fisherman called Fisherman, who lives in a tent alone with 3 beds for some reason. This unlocks fishing, at least. I arrive at the shack and find the old woman who calls herself the Hermit. She opens up a blocked-off path I found a while ago, which leads into a labyrinthine cave. Inside, I find more jewels and sealed-off doors, but also a path to a misty forest that, for some reason, Tai is too scared to wander into for now. At Dr. Hope's place again, we meet the town bar owner, Masami, an apparent descendant of the Easter people, who gives Tai a red jewel that will unlock the deepest part of the ruins. Masami explains that the crest of the water spirit is inside the ruins and that I should bring it to the old hermit lady. Dr. Hope mentions that the plan by Marco to dig into the volcano will cause it to erupt within a year or two. Masami says this is because of the fire spirit's anger and that the water spirit is the only thing that can stop it. After she leaves, Dr. Hope explains that the Easter people were a civilization who wanted to defeat the volcano people by stealing the crest of the water spirit from the tower in Mermaid Lake so they could use its power to do something. They did this by deceiving the forest spirit into opening the path to get to the tower. I guess only the forest spirit can actually open the way to get there. However, they weren't able to use the crest's power, and after the three spirits sealed off most of the island, the Easter people died out, apparently due to losing their reason for living? Whatever that means. The water spirit then sealed off the forest spirit for being deceived by the humans. I'm guessing that everyone in town, aside from Masami, are descendants of the volcano people. Now I have to wonder even more why, if the people of this place know about this legend, why haven't they done anything before Tai was created? They have the solution and aren't willing to do anything but sit on their butts and make Tai have to do everything. Dr. Hope mentions that he feels guilty for making a child have to go through so much to save the island, but you know what? They should all feel guilty. Heading into the deepest part of the ruins lie maze-like paths lined with skeletons? Oh, okay, so this must be the Easter people. Wasn't expecting to find their remains here, but okay, I trudge on and locate the crest. I hand it to the hermit, who remarks that Tai must be serious about saving the people on the island and exchanges the crest of the water spirit for the crest of the forest spirit and tells me to give it to a mermaid? Mermaid! 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 Oh. So the mermaid clears up that mist from before, so I can venture into the giant forest where I can find a monsoon watering can, which can water as many squares of soil that you can fit on the screen. This will be an important tool for later. Venturing forward, I find these two useless little nature sprites from the beginning of the game. They're trying to find their way back to where the forest spirit is sleeping, but without the third sprite, the sprite of memory, who apparently went somewhere far away because of his sad memories, they can't remember the path. And they won't accept the crest without him. Ugh. Listen here, you little shit. Yeah, around this time, I was confused about where to go or what to do to locate the sprite of memory. After Dr. Hope and Vita mentioned at one point that there was an accident at Marco's construction site where the supercoolant leaked and spread fumes, I thought maybe I was supposed to help him with that for the longest time, but nope. I tried to hand the TV scientist guy my wood. Get your head out of the gutter. After he mentioned needing it, but that didn't work either. I figured, wood, forest spirit, might be the connection, but nah. I even gave this angel ribbon I found in the maze of the Easter ruins to this NPC, assuming that would work, after she gave me a red jewel, but no dice. By the way, I had to look that up because the game doesn't explain this, and I accidentally gave it to a different NPC first who gives you nothing for it. Thanks for that, by the way, devs. So finally, I think to visit the hermit while gathering bananas, and this turns out to be the answer. Yeah, I might be dumb, but not as dumb as the lost nature sprites who are literally a few feet away from where the forest spirit is sleeping. Just saying. The hermit says that after what she's done, the sprite will only show himself if something major happens, and that he's more likely to appear if people are enjoying themselves. She says she'll be waiting for Tai in the tower at Mermaid Lake before phasing through the wall. Eventually, Dr. Hope's cat, who was sick all summer, ends up giving birth to kittens, but it turns out the mama cat passed away from giving birth. Marcia and Tai visit her at the Grain family grave, but Marcia becomes too upset and runs home. Even though Tai isn't crying, he still feels sad thinking about the whole thing. I end up taking home one of the kittens and named it Poo Poo. Now he can live on the farm with my other cat, Moogle, and my dog that I didn't mention until now, Blitzball. Okay, I need to sidestep the story for a sec to mention something really weird, but also cool that happened. I spoke to Becky, a student at the school, who reads this strange story about some guy who smells a white rose that an old man gave him and then got everything he wanted but wakes up and realizes it was a dream. Later, when I go to bed, Ty wakes up to this. It's snowing everywhere, the creepy white rose from the story is peeking through the snow, and Gayak is a horse! Becky, who's Ty's wife here I guess, asks him if he's happy. I say no because this place feels like purgatory, and then she sneezes and Ty wakes up since it was all a dream. Just like in the story! I really like this and it shocked me. I had no idea this was in the game. Hiya! This video ended up taking forever to edit and my potato laptop is struggling, so I'm gonna end it here for now. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for part 3! Until next time everyone, shine on!